What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing a Gruul Repeated Planeswalkers deck. So, pretty much as the name implies, we're going to be playing Planeswalkers and Repeated Reverberation. Alrighty. This is going to be a fun video, mostly because I have trouble saying R's, so just in general, fun little fact about me. I actually went to speech class when I was younger about it, so y'all don't say anything if I start messing this card up. But yeah, it's a super fun card, and I enjoy playing it a lot. Anytime I can try and find a deck to work it into, you know, I'm all game. And I recently got the 4th copy, I think. So yeah, I was like, oh, you know what? I forgot all about that card. But you know, here we are playing it once again. One of my favorite cards to come out of M20, just because it's an interesting effect. So, before we go and hop into this deck tech or deck breakdown, I would like to remind everybody, if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions on this video, future videos, or past videos. Furthermore, if you're new here, consider subscribing. It is free and it's a great way to support the channel without having to really put forth anything. Also, it'll give you an update every time I put out a video such as this one. Now, if you're looking to getting ahead of myself, I try to do the sellout part quick, you know, because I don't really like the whole sellout part. Anyways, if you're looking to support the channel through a monetary means, you can hit the join button down below the channel. And if you're looking to pick up some Magic cards while supporting the channel, you can head over to tcgplayer.com. Alrighty, now that all that's out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into this deck tech or deck breakdown, shall we? We shall. So we have 4 copies of Runaway Steam-Kin, and this is like I had a real hard time naming this deck because I didn't know whether to name it Repeated Planeswalkers or Repeated Elementals, because this deck has a lot of elementals in it. So you have Runaway, you have Creeping Trailblazer, you have the 3-cost Chandra, which is really good. You have the 6-cost Chandra, and you have the 4-cost Chandra. So a whole lot of Chandras in the deck is basically what we're getting at here. But then furthermore, you have Leafkin and Paradise to help you ramp up to get to where you can play things like Finale of Devastation and get out your End-Raze and just have a good time, just in case your repeated Planeswalkers aren't exactly popping off. But yeah, the main goal here is to get your Planeswalkers to pop off. So yeah, Runaway, Leafkin, you know, they're elementals, they're good. Paradise gonna help us ramp a little bit more. Collision Colossus, really nice actually in the meta right now. Collision, super useful. And Colossus, well, it allows you to sneak in those victories without people ever even thinking twice about it, right? So, really nice there. Creeping Trailblazer is going to make all of our other elementals get +1/+0, which is fantastic. And then for 4 mana, we can give it +1/+1 for each other elemental we control, which is nice. Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, is the 3 mana Chandra, spawns up the 2 little elementals. That's pretty much what you need to know about her. 4 mana Chandra makes our elementals go up +2/+0, or deals 2 damage to any target, or it can add 2 red mana. So a very versatile Planeswalker, very good versatile Planeswalker. Repeated Reverberation, for those of you who don't know what this card does, it says when you next cast an instant, sorcery, or activate a loyalty ability this turn, copy that spell or ability twice. So not just once, you're not just copying it once, you're copying it twice. Now, this is going to come in handy, obviously, with things like Sarkhan, you know, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token. Okay, well, now we're making 3 instead of 1. Fantastic. Nissa, same thing, you know, instead of making 1 land into a creature, you're making 3. Chandra, instead of giving them 1 emblem, you're giving them 3. So on and so forth. So yeah, that's pretty much the point of the card. Also, say you have Repeated Reverberation, no Planeswalkers on the field, you can use it on Colossus, right? And then trigger Colossus 3 times, so you can either give 3 different creatures, +4, +2, and trample, or you can give 1 creature plus, what, 12, +6, and trample, which could, again, end the game. So, lots of fun stuff there. We do have 2 copies of Sarkhan the Masterless, which, okay, so +1, you turn all your Planeswalkers into dragons. That alone can be a win con, right? Because they all become 4/4 red dragons, and you only need 5 of those to kill someone at full health. So, you know, by the time you play Sarkhan and get them down and get Planeswalkers out, maybe they'll have already lost some others, you know, do your Elementals or your Chandras, whatever it may be. And then for -3, we can get out of a dragon, which protects us. Nissa is fantastic, going to help us with ramp, as well as getting down some more creatures and playing into Repeated Reverberation. Chandra is, again, playing into pretty much everything we're playing. So is this Chandra. So we actually have 4 different Chandras in our deck, as I just now realized. And we have 2 copies of End-Raze Forerunners, because again, sometimes you're not going to hit your Planeswalkers and your Repeated Reverberations or your Repeated Reverberations and your Colossus. So we have End-Raze Forerunners to really just slam home. Same thing with Finale of Devastation. We're trying to ramp up. We're trying to have a whole lot of mana. So sometimes you don't always draw what you want. You just keep drawing more and more mana. End-Raze, great finish. Finale finds the End-Raze to then be, again, a great finish. So that's pretty much it for the deck tech. I do want to mention something that I thought, well, a creature that I think is worth mentioning simply because of its combo. If nothing else, it's miniature combo. So Overgrowth Elemental. It is a silver. It is an uncommon, which makes it very cheap, well, moderately cheap. And it reads, whenever Overgrowth Elemental enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on another target elemental you control. Okay, so what this card's going to do is going to help with your Runaway Steam-Kin, right? Gives it another counter, makes it a little bit closer to getting to that remove 3 and add 3 mana, yada yada yada. Furthermore, you can just buff up something else, right? Just the flat effect of it, of making something bigger. And then it has the additional effect of whenever another creature we control dies, we gain 1 life immediately, which is already, at least we're getting something out of their deaths. Furthermore, if the creature was an elemental, you put a +1/+1 counter on Overgrowth Elemental. So, you got the 3 mana Chandra, and let's say you have 4 copies. I don't, which is why I'm not going to try and work this card in, even though I think it is fantastic, and I think it belongs in the deck. I've already edited my deck all together and got it ready, and so this is how we're going to do it. You know what? Never mind. How am I going to sit here and tell y'all, like, oh, this is such a good combo, and then not even try to show you? So we'll take out 2 of those to add in some upgrades. I'm not going to be that guy, like, hey, you should go try this. Go spend your wild cards. Let me know how it does. No, we'll try it. So yeah, I've talked about all the Chandras, talked about Sarkhan, Chandra, End-Raze, Finale. You know what, that's going to do it for this deck tech or deck breakdown. Like I said, Overgrowth Elemental, really, I just feel like it fits too key into this deck. So, it's one of those cards that gets added. Sometimes I'm going through and I'm playing with the deck tech as I'm explaining it. Sometimes things just hit me. I'm not too prideful to say that I'm not going to, I've made a mistake. Anyways, going into our first game, up against Jin. I would love some right now if you wouldn't mind. Yes, please and thank you. It's been a long, hard day. Closed last night, turn around and back up at work early this morning. Well, not super early. They wanted me to come in at 8. I told them I wasn't coming in until 10 because, yeah, I just closed last night. I don't think I should have to turn around and get off at 10, come back up at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's 10 hours. Cast down? Come on. I'm going to say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Standard play, just regular, no rank, no competitive, event, no money on the line, has gotten absolutely fucking worse. Trash. Horse shit. It's gotten trash. Sorry. I was playing my cards, and I gained the life, and I was like, what just gained me my life there? So I had this little, hiccup in what I was saying, trying to figure out what was going on. But yeah, it was the Rugged Highlands. Anyway, so yeah, standard play right now is actually horseshit. If you're, trying to play fun, if you're trying to play jank, it's so terrible. You would legit have a better time, and it'd be a hell of a lot easier to just go into rank play, right? Because you're going to be in bronze, and no offense to people that are in bronze, but nobody in bronze is really trying that hard, They're not net decking yet. Some of them are, but for the most part, you're not worried about it, right? But here in standard play, look at this. Look at this clown, right? Could you play some more control? Am I right? Anyways, we're still gonna go to town with Nissa and our elementals. We're not gonna be pushed over by this this wannabe bully. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so close to a good finale. Here's the thing. You always want at least 10 mana, with this deck at least, when you're casting Finale of Devastation. Because, well, I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so the biggest creature you can hit is End-Raze, right? The next biggest is your Overgrowth Elemental, which is all the way down to the 3 cost. And sure, it's okay. It's not going to save you. You know, it's not going to win you the game. So, anyways, let's go Sarkhan. Let's see if they're playing counter spells. They're not. Oh, Jen, what are you doing, buddy? You're playing nothing but control and removal, and you don't even want to stick around. You don't even want to stick around. Oh well, game 1, I will take it. Beating out a control player in a game 1 is a good way to start any video, right? It's like a fresh start. Anyways, we're going to move on into a game 2, and hopefully we can kind of repeat what just happened. Alsatian? Alsatian? I don't know. Do y'all know the definition of greedy? That's correct. It's chance's hands. Anyone that said anything different, you were wrong. No, my hands are always so greedy. Thought erasure. What? What was I literally just saying? Alright, well, let's see if Al, we'll just call him Al, right? Let's see if Al can redeem his fallen control friend. I went to say a word there, but only insults came up, so I was like, no, Chance. You know, you don't have to insult control players constantly. I really have nothing against control. You know, I play control. But whenever I'm trying to play jank and then I see Dimir control or like one of these standard staple Esper control, that kind of stuff, you know, I'm like, well, you know, there goes my fun stuff, I guess. You're just gonna thought erasure me and counter my spells and this and that. And, you know, y'all know how it goes. It's not that you can't win against control, because you can. Like, I've won plenty against control. It's just the... Okay, so playing a normal game of Magic, right? You're like, imagine you're trying to cut through a piece of wood with like a handsaw, right? You're trying to figure it out, you're working things around, trying to get it just right, whatever, you know? Okay, now, imagine you're trying to cut through a piece of wood with a fucking spoon. That's what playing against the control player is like, right? You're like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this exactly, but somehow, some fucking way, I'm gonna get this wood cut, right? I'm gonna beat this planeswalker, this control fuck. We shall win. We will be victorious. At least that's how it feels to me. You know, I could be using a bit of a hyperbole there. Lord knows I'm known for hyperboles and over-exaggerations and all that fun stuff. But I feel like you kind of got to be good at either telling stories, or like making things exciting if you're a content creator, or you got to be really, really smart. Let's be real. I'm moderate, you know, I'm not dumb, but I'm also not really, really smart to where I'm going to be like top mythic tier, whatever, you know? Well, maybe if I tried for it. Either way, you know, that's not what we're going for here. So, you gotta have something, right? A hook, pull, something. Alright, Chandra. I'm not quite sure how long you're gonna last or what you're gonna exactly do, but you can make those two little guys and swing in. Yes. Block one with your choop. They're just gonna take the damage. Well, Chandra, your life was short-lived. Love you, sweetheart, but I must bid you adieu. Ritual of Soot. Well, that's always fun when they get, you know, Kefnet Ritual of Soot. That's a good match. This is what I was talking about, by the way. Somebody hand me a spoon. Somebody hand me a fucking spoon. This is what I don't understand. Okay? The control players that don't think right? And that sounds counterintuitive, right? Because if you're playing control, you're supposed to be like, playing the mind game. But they just used both their creatures to attack my Chandra for no reason, right? All my mana was tapped. I had no creatures down. There was literally nothing I could do, and they're still like, you know what? I don't like this situation. We're gonna send everything at her just in case the game lags or something, right? That's the way it makes me feel. I'm like, yo, how you gonna play a control deck, and then when it comes to attacking, you can't even do the simple math. Not necessarily anything against Al here. It's just you know, one of those. No, it's just a general complaint, right? Which I feel like you're allowed to have general complaints in this game. You're allowed to say, hey, I just don't like this, right? If you loved everything about a game, well, chances are you would literally never do anything else. You'd end up working for that game, right? Or working with that game. You would do something, you know? Do something. I don't really know what we're doing here, because, you know, this is probably going to get counted. Yeah. We'll call it a good game on game 2. I guess it was a good game. You know, it was a game, and we were up against a control person, so yeah, spoon and wood. You know, that's what I'm gonna start calling it. Anyways, on into a game 3 here. Yago Cora. Yago Cora. Yago to the core. This hand is interesting. I want to keep it. What I really just don't like about my deck right now is the lands that I'm using. And I'm using it because I'm trying to keep more of my decks rotation proof, so people aren't like, oh yeah, it's a cool deck, but you know, can't play it, or like there's no reason to like build the cards for it or really try it out since rotation, you know. So I've been trying to make more things rotation proof, that way people can actually, you know, hey, maybe I'll try this out next week. Hey, maybe I'll try this out, you know, whenever I get a chance. No pun intended on my name there. I'm sorry. That was so bad. I'm just a little bit tired. To be honest, I'm surprised I haven't yawned at least 20 times by now. So I'm beat. Do we just go for the Nissa? I mean, yes, right? Yeah, that is the answer. And I guess we'll just leave Collision up because we have no need to Colossus right now, right? It's not gonna win us the game. If it's not gonna win you the game, then don't do it. Okay? Don't just Colossus because you see an open opportunity to get in 4 extra damage, unless it will win you the game. Because you never know, you know, when you might need to do something like this. Ooh, take that Lava Cool and shove it. We don't like that kind of removal around here. Ooh, End-Raze. Can I can't, can I? That's 1, untap 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, that is an End-Raze. I'll be damned. But I think what I actually want to do is not that actually. 1, 2. I mean 3 is fine. Do that. Cancel this. And we'll do this. That's a 1, 2, and a 3. Right? That's what we wanted. Well, hell, might as well swing it with the 2/2. They have nothing to do about it. Aha! Take that. I love Repeated Reverberation. It just feels so good, right? Sarkhan using it, great. 3 dragons. Chandra using it, you know, your elementals are getting really big, or you're creating 6 elementals. Like, yeah, no matter what situation I use it in, I'm like, huh, that was fun, you know? Anyways, on into another game, because these games have been taken so short, you know? So, we'll move on into another one. Uber Death. Super Death. Super Uber Duber Death. Super Quadruple Death. No, okay, I'll stop. It just seems like a funny name, right? Uber Deaths. Whoa, there's a lot of death, and it's all caps, so it's like it's screaming it. It really means this. Also, it could just be, you know, the name that sort of stuck with them. Here's the thing. I'll have people ask me like, oh, hey, James, I heard you do YouTube. What's your YouTube, you know, name or handle or whatever? And I tell them, and they're like, oh, I have no idea what that means. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't know what it means, you know? It's not like, oh yeah, my YouTube name, it's fucking stuffed animals or whatever, you know? It's cabinet. It's not something that you're supposed to, like, know what it is necessarily. It's supposed to be a name. Granted, my name is, got a bit of a backstory to it.
Anyone need a fire started?
Like, every time I tell people, they're like, why the new, right? Why the new? Well, for everyone's information, there was an old one. And I don't mean my father. There was an old channel. Sometimes people that, you know, watch the live stream and all that, you may hear me talk about how I've been doing commentating and all that since I was like 14. And that's when I started the other channel, the old. It was just Dr. Spillikin then, you know. And it was because my Xbox tag was Spillikin, and I wanted some. I don't know. I felt weird about just having one word, so I added the doctor part, and then once I like went on and made another channel, right? I couldn't use the same old name, but I'm so original, right? I'm so creative, and I was like, I know what I'll do. Same name, and just put the new in front of it. Don't ask me. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter, you know. People watch you for you or for your content, you know, not for your name. Unless your name is like really vulgar, in which case people might avoid your, right? Might avoid your videos just because your name is like something they don't want to confront. So our opponent here, I think they're dead. I could be wrong, but I believe they might be dead. How much damage is that? Is it enough? Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uber death. That's Uber death right there. Uber. Super dead. Any hoosers. I guess we're gonna call it for this video. It was a smacking. I really enjoy this deck because, like I was explaining in the deck tech, you have your elemental space, which is like really strong. Even if you don't hit your repeated reverberation, your elementals can seriously close out games. But if you do hit repeated reverberation and you want to be greedy and you want to play jank, you know, like yours truly, then you can do that as well. So no, it's not a top tier deck. Please don't assume it's a top tier deck. Sometimes I literally say this deck is so strong or this deck is so fun in the title, and people will come in and be like, actually it's not that fun and it's not that strong, and I'm like, well, I don't know, I guess, you know, them and I have different definitions of the meaning strong and fun. Anyways, you know, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry for that hiatus of the past 2 days that I've sort of been on. Things have just been a little bit topsy-turvy here at the house, so I know y'all all understand. I just, you know, whenever you're a content creator, I feel like you don't have an obligation, but you should have an obligation, right? You yourself should feel like you're obligated to keep your fans happy, to keep them informed, to keep them up to date, all that good, you know, shenanigans. So there's that. Hope you all enjoyed, and again, if I don't catch you all later tonight, then hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, peace.